soon. Again, it is definitely going to be sold out. It's going to sell out fast. Before we get into the main event,
it's the president. I'm sorry. I'll call you back, Mr. President. Sorry.
I want to talk a little about the undercard. It's a loaded undercard from top to bottom. We're featuring a number of DeBell Entertainment's top up-and-coming prospects, as well. A lot of great local talent, and we also have two of DeBell Entertainment's world-ranked contenders fighting in separate bouts on the card. We're going to announce the complete card soon, within the next couple weeks. But I would like to talk about a few fighters that are here in attendance. We have Joe Smith, who's in the back, an exciting light heavyweight. We're excited. He's going to be his first fight for DeBell Entertainment. We're very excited to have him on the card.
Where is he?
Stand up.
There he is. The other fighters up here on the dais with me, I would like to talk about them being the same thing as the two main event fighters. They're both from Brooklyn. Excuse me, all three are from Brooklyn. And they're also three of the most promising young prospects on the DeBell Entertainment roster. The first fighter I would like to talk about is a tremendous young talent who we just recently signed to a co-promotional contract with 50 Cent's SMS Promotions. He was a stellar amateur. He won the New York Golden Gloves an astonishing 5 times. He just returned last month on our card in Queens after a 2.5-year layoff, and he looked absolutely tremendous. We're excited to be promoting him. We're excited to have him on November 9th. So I'd like to say a few words. Shemuel, the chosen one, Pagan.
First of all, I'd like to thank God for blessing all of us, allowing us to get here safely. I'm honored, being here today, fighting under this card with Salida. I'm also known as, I follow the Jewish faith, the Hebrew faith. And also, I'm Puerto Rican too, so it's tremendous fighting on this card. So it's like, who I'm gonna go for. So I'm just the best man win.
Those fans are gonna be split on fighting.
Yeah. So if I was a judge, I'd give it a draw. But they both want to win. They train hard for this. But I'm just looking to give a great performance. To show the world my talent, the skill, the art of boxing. I'm not trying to go in there with brute strength. Just bring boxing back. Boxing is back. It's coming back strong. With the talent that's signed, with the young talent here. I just wanna put up a good show.
We recently signed her to an exclusive long-term promotional contract. Lou, who couldn't be here today, unfortunately, he had a prior engagement. We had hoped to do the press conference on Wednesday, but it was switched to Thursday, so he does apologize for not being here. But he has labeled her as the next female fighter to put New York boxing on the scene. She's a tremendous talent. She has a charismatic personality outside of the ring, and she has that warrior-like mentality inside of the ring. She continues to impress with each outing, and her fan base continues to grow. Lou has referred to her fan base now as the Hardy Army. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce a fellow New York Golden Glove champion, and she's currently 6-0 as a professional, Heather "The Heat" Hardy.
Thank you. Thank you. It's really an honor to be able to be here, to be up here with all these great fighters, and to be able to represent females in the sport. Lou has always been like a really big supporter of female boxing, so I'm so happy to have been able to pair up and be on his team. I'm so excited for this fight. The Aviators, I grew up in Garrettson Beach, so the Hardy Army is going to get even bigger for this show. I'm right around the corner from the Aviators, so I can't wait to fight at home. I can't wait to get back in there. This one's going to be for my first title, so I've been training really hard. I'm so excited.
Jim with his father, an esteemed trainer. When he was just 10 years old, the New York Times did an article on him and referred to him as a boxing prodigy. And I need to look at my notes for this. Besides winning the National Junior Olympics, he was a 9-time Junior Olympic champion, 9-time Metro champion, 8-time New York Silver Gloves champion, 5-time Regional Silver Gloves champion, 4-time National Silver Golden Gloves champion, 3-time National PAL champion, and 2-time National Junior Golden Gloves champion. And that's not even the complete list. He will be celebrating his 18th birthday next Monday, and we are looking forward to celebrating his birthday with him after the fight on the night. Before we introduce him, I would like to have his co-manager and advisor, Josh Dubin, say a couple words.
I don't know what to say after that. I mean, look, James Prince and I told James Prince about this young man when he was 13 years old. And I made a promise to him and his father because I would watch him spar Paulie, who was a world champion at the time. And I said, when is that kid gonna turn 20? And they said, in 7 years. You gotta be shitting me. 13 years old, I watched him. I don't want to say putting it to Paulie because he'll come find me tonight. I watched him keep up with some of the best fighters in this area. And it's just an honor and a privilege. I had made a promise to Sharif and Junior a long time ago that when he was ready to turn pro, that I would be there. And I brought James down to the boxing gym to Starlight City to watch him spar. And I said, what do you think, James? He said, I've only seen one person that looks like that. I said, who's that? He said, Andre Ward. So he's got big expectations. There's big expectations, and he knows that he's got to live up to it. And I don't think we could have picked a better promoter or promotional company to work with that knows the New York fight scene better than anyone, that knows how to build young stars in the New York area better than anyone. And I couldn't be more proud to be associated with DeBella Entertainment, this young man, and James Prince. And we're just looking to get there at a measured pace. But at the same time, you know, it's just real exciting that the day is finally here. And I think that it's a long time coming. We've had to hold him back because since he's 15, he wants to turn pro. So we're looking forward to big things and just can't wait till the night to watch him get in the ring. And with that, the Prodigy.
Officially welcome him to our roster. Boxing prodigy, blue chip prospect, you know, whatever you want to call him. Like Josh said, he's a hell of a fighter. Please welcome Junior Sugar Boy Union.
It's a great honor to be fighting on Salida's card. Grew up watching him, grew up watching Tito, grew up with Shem. You know, it's a great opportunity for me to showcase my talents in Brooklyn. I can't wait. No offense to none of y'all, but I'm still in the show. Yeah, that's it. I'm just working hard. I have a great team behind me. DeBella Entertainment, Josh Dubin, Jay Prince, my father. You know, I'm around the best fighters all the time. I was just in camp with Curtis Stevens getting ready for his fight on November 2nd with Gennady Golovkin. So, I'm shine. Okay. Thank you.
In the works for years. You know, it's been talked about on the New York boxing scene for years. You know, any major New York boxing publication, you know, has been clamoring about this and jawing about this fight. I know Gabe and Dimitri have been jawing about this fight for years on social media, and you know, but it's a big fight for us. It's a huge fight for New York. You know, arguably it's the biggest fight ever on a Broadway boxing card. You know, you have a guy who's 22-1. The guy who's 35-1, both from Brooklyn, huge fan bases. You know, this is what boxing is all about. It's a throwback fight. You know, this neighborhood battle. You know, you're going to see the flags for Dimitri on November 9th. You're going to see the flags and the T-shirts for Tito on November 9th. You know, and then you're going to have Shem Pagan's fans who are torn in the middle on who to root for. So, you know, before I want to first introduce the fighters' representatives, and then I'll let them introduce the fighters. We're going to introduce Dimitri first, and introducing him will be his advisor, Kurt Emhoff.
So this is, you know, as Kevin well stated, I mean, it's not often, actually, in recent years that you see two New York stars fighting each other. I mean, I was talking to Steve Farhood, and you know, we were trying to come up with the last big fight. The last one I could remember was maybe Jameel McCline and Shannon Briggs. You know, before that, maybe Breland and Aaron Davis fighting each other. They didn't even fight in New York, so it's a rare occurrence. It's a great fight. You know, Gabe is a bad dude. I mean, I you know, sat ringside 4 or 5 of his fights, and once he catches his groove and gets counterpunching, you may as well just mark the cards 10-9 and then raise his hand, because he's that kind of fighter to shut you down. So, you know, Dimitri's wanted this type of fight for years. I mean, we've been trying to make this type of step-up fight, marquee fight in New York for years. I mean, we tried to bring Andres Kotelnik here to fight a title fight. He turned down, you know, the biggest payday of his career. Mike Anchondo we had under contract, and Anchondo then suddenly gets a back injury the week of the fight. El Masudi, the WBA interim welterweight champ. You know, his promoter signs a contract, then suddenly he doesn't want to fight for his promoter, so that goes up in smoke. He signed to fight Hector Camacho Jr. And, you know, Garcia gets cut, that fight gets put off, and then Golden Boy doesn't want to put it back on the card. So it's been very frustrating the last couple of years, and, you know, we hear the whispers, oh, Slee doesn't want to fight anybody, he doesn't want to step up. Well, like I said, that's a bad dude right there. And Dimitri's getting in there, and both these guys, veteran fighters on the way up, but they know this is the crossroads right here. You know, you win this fight, you move on to bigger things. You move on to big fights. You lose this fight, they're both in their 30s. You're losing a lot. So they're risking a lot in this fight. It's going to be, you know, 2 guys who want it bad. They want to step up. They want those big fights. And, you know, no better stage than New York to have this type of fight. The Bell Entertainment, best promoter in New York, putting it on. I mean, it's going to be a great show. I know it's going to be sold out. It's going to be, you know, boxing at its finest. So, with no further ado, introduce my man who I've been representing since 2004. She's almost 10 years now. Dimitri Star David Salita.
Thank you very much. It's a great honor to be here today. First of all, I want to thank God for giving me the opportunity to reach this occasion. I want to thank Bella Boxing, Lou, and all the people that work for Rizzo and Kevin. They've been truly professional. It's a great honor to be able to work with them again and to fight on Broadway Boxing, which at one point in time has been instrumental in helping me build my career. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but a lot of people today have talked about Star City Boxing Club, and I just found out a couple of minutes ago from my trainer, Norman Lorick, that Victor Roundtree, who has been one of the best trainers in New York, has trained Danny Jacobs and many other fighters, passed away this morning. So I think we should have a moment of silence for Victor. I'll continue with my speaking after. So let's send up for Victor. So, you know, I've been a product of Star City Boxing Club for many years, and have been around great fighters. You know, I've seen Junior since he was a kid, Pagan, I know Gabe since he fought in the Golden Gloves. So it's really, you know, a great honor to be able to participate in a Crossroads New York City fight, something that's not happened for a long time. And, you know, as Curtis mentioned, I have been seeking a fight like this for a really long time, and I'm very happy that Gabe stepped up to it. And I know that Gabe is a real warrior and a very good fighter who I have a lot of respect for. But I'm very focused, and you know, thus far I've had a great training camp, and look forward to taking care of business on November 9th. I know that I'm going to have a great amount of support, and it's going to be a great night of boxing. It's going to be a great night for me. It's going to be a great night for New York City, and we're going to rock and roll. So thank you, everybody, and see you on November 9th.
They had touched on this is, you know, again, I had said it's an important fight, but, you know, truly the winner of this fight it is a crossroads fight. The winner of this fight, you know, clearly cements himself as one of the top contenders in the welterweight division. You know, a world title shot is right around the corner. And also, I touched on the Broadway boxing thing. I mean, I think it's very interesting, you know, how big this fight is. Like I said, the biggest fight ever in Broadway boxing history. But it's these two young guys who came up on Broadway boxing. so with the young fighters with Shem and Heather and Junior, I mean, these guys were fighting 4 6-round fights, 8-round fights on Broadway boxing, and now they're fighting in this, essential mega fight for New York, mega fight for Broadway boxing. So it's just something to keep in the back of your heads during your young careers. At this time, I would like to introduce Gabe's esteemed and colorful trainer. He's a great partner with Lou and a great partner with DeBell Entertainment, Tommy Gallagher.
I actually don't get enough. I'm really the intellect in this group, which I never get the credit for that. But I want to take a moment to have this conversation about some things that I've been a little bit upset about because of a lot of people. We've been knocked down by HBO. We can't fight on Showtime because whatever reason, whatever boxing person seems to think that we're not at the level that that we should be to compete on there. And it's obvious that the politics that's involved is just unbelievable. The people who put this fight together are sitting at this table. Dimitri and Gabe, back and forth, let's fight each other. And I'm kind of proud of that. I'm kind of proud of Gabe for where he comes from and where he was to rise to this occasion and go up in weight from 40 to 47 because he's a 40-pounder. So I'm pretty proud of that. And I'm also proud of both of them, the way they handle themselves. It's what boxing used to be. They're gentlemen outside the ring, and then they're going to do their best inside the ring. So that's a nice thing. But because we're not the rowdies, we're not going to get the coverage that we should get because it's just two gentlemen who are going to go in there and try to move to the next level, which actually they already are at the next level. Everybody talked about the chop qualified. There's a story behind that, but I'm not going to go into it. Gabe got knocked down 400 times, got up, and won the last 6 rounds. So I thought he proved more losing to Chop than he did in any fight that he had. He's a pure professional, and it's not a pleasure working with him. I mean, I'm not going to go that far. I mean, it's like being in hell, and then getting. I mean, it's an amazing the culture. I'm from one place on Mars, and he's from the other. But that being said, the last fight with an ethnic back like this was Harold Green and Rocky Graziano. That was a major Brooklyn, Brownsville situation. I don't think we have to look back at anybody else. I think that these kids have set the benchmark going forward. And we had to hound DeBella. I don't think DeBella did this. We had to hound them and hound them and hound them and hound them and call them to get this going. And it's not about one guy who's better, it's about a contest, and it's about the fans. I had a gym for 33 years. I could have had Starrett City way back in when Stanley asked me to leave where I was. But that being said, this is a neighborhood fight. It's going to be a great fight, but the way they're approaching this is what makes me really proud of both of them. So that being said, we'll talk to the devil right here. Thank you.
First and foremost, I want to thank everybody who made it out here today to this press conference, and to the fellow fighters here. To be honest with you, I'm over here sitting. I'm trying to stay still because I got the jitters. I'm so excited. I know what I'm dealing with. Dimitri's my boy. We grew up together. This is nothing. It's business. My friend my friend outside the ring. When we get in there, we got to handle business. I'm not the same person I am now sitting in front of you when I get in the ring. I'm a totally different person. But I'm controlling myself now. Thank God, I'm grateful. I'm blessed. A lot of people know the background of my background. The story of my life. I messed up. I went down the wrong path. So to be here today is a blessing. It's a second chance that I always prayed for and I always wanted. I want to thank Rooney and Ron Rizzo and the whole DeBella Entertainment, for always, doing their best, for me, or trying to help me out and moving me along and helping me create the career that I have today. But enough of that. I'm here to talk about November 9th. November 9th is an opportunity for both of us. We're in our 30s. I have one loss. He has one loss. I'm a 140 pounder. 140 pounder. I'm ranked number 14 in the WBC at 140 pounds. But this fight with Dimitri is an important fight, not only for me, but for the fans. It's giving me an opportunity to prove myself, to make a statement, and to show everybody that I'm ready to move on to the next level. There's no ifs or buts. There's no whether you lose or there's none of that. It's November 9th. When I come in November 9th, I'm ready for this. I've been waiting for this opportunity. I'm training hard. I'm focused. I moved up to 147 pounds, so I'm basically on weight. I'll be eating McDonald's from now to the fight. I'm joking around, but I'm just, I feel comfortable.
You're joking.
Well, maybe not. All right, I feel good. I don't remember when was the last time I felt this good. Confident. Like I said, Dimitri's my boy, and all the fellow fighters, and I'm very humble, and I'm not disrespectful at all. But I'm going in there November 9th. I got my mind set on what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go in there, handle business. I got a lot of fans and family coming out to support me. I don't only represent myself, I represent everybody who has my back. Everybody who ever made a mistake and thought they ain't never have a second chance to make a dream, I'm here. God is good. And for all them people who maybe think I don't have the power or this, that, or the criticism, it's more fuel to my ammunition. I go into the gym and I work even harder. But November 9th, I'm going to be making a statement, and I hope everybody is looking forward to an exciting fight, and I hope everybody makes it out there. Much respect to all the fighters. My man Dimitri, thank you very much. And I'm excited, Thank you everybody for this press conference.
Are you excited?
Am I excited? I'm leave here and go straight to the gym after this. No, but thank you everybody. I'm just joking around, but I'm really serious. I'm dead serious. I look forward to November 9th, November 9th.
Before we start taking pictures, Joe's up here now. If you want to just say a couple words about the fight on the night.
Get him on the other side. Get him on the other
Joe
side.
went home. Good.
Just get the two main event guys.
Wait a minute, we got a hat for Gabe like that?
Face together now.
Got one on camera.
Face off. Thanks, guys.